Who wants to introduce us?
I'll do it. Well, I think we're already kind of doing it as it is. Currently, it's 12:30 a.m. We just got back from watching Suicide Squad. Jen, take it from here.
Yep, they won. The Suicide Squad. James Gunn's The Suicide Squad released just today in theaters and on HBO Max. It's rated R. It's 2 hours and 12 minutes long, and it's of the action adventure genre. I think comedy too.
So I would add comedy to that.
Oh yeah.
No doubt.
Currently on Rotten Tomatoes, it is a 94%. On Metacritic, it is 76%, and on Rotten Tomatoes, no, I already said Rotten Tomatoes. And on Letterboxd, it has a 3.9 stars. I noticed we all give it the same rating on Letterboxd. We gave it 4s.
First things first, SNL. He's not an alumni, he's still on it. But hey, Pete Davidson made it to a blockbuster.
Yeah.
Yes, he did.
Let's just say a few of us were not happy about how his character was handled in the Suicide Squad. What do you guys think?
I enjoy a good Pete Davidson movie, and by that, do you mean some people were upset because he was, spoilers, killed off so quickly?
Yeah, I would say so. He was kind of underutilized. I feel like they made it like before King of Staten Island, so he's kind of like, I don't know.
Did
He got all his he got all, maybe, I don't know. He got all his tattoos burned off for a 5-minute sequence.
Shit.
A lot of his fans went in thinking it was going to be the King of Cordo Maltese.
Yeah.
I could honestly see him go the Adam Sandler route. It's like straight
The
comedies.
King of Queens.
Straight comedies, and then once in a while he'll drop in and do like PTA movie. Or a
Off of Ridiculous 6.
when is one of the Sappy brothers gonna pick him up on a movie?
For every SNL star who becomes anything is someone who does mostly comedies and then occasionally drops in for the drama or whatever.
Yeah, or like a daily the Daily Show correspondent, like Steve Carell. He's like a really good dramatic actor.
So what everyone think of the movie? I mean, we all gave it really good scores. What do we like about it?
What'd you think about it, Jaden, first off?
I thought it was really funny, and I guess you expect that from James Gunn. And he made the Guardians movies with Marvel, and those are funny comic book movies, and you get much of the same here, except with the R rating, it's like even more crude humor, which is awesome, and the there's a lot of gore going on here.
I was shook.
Yeah, it was entertaining.
They definitely make use of the R rating.
The way Pete Davidson's character was killed off, I was like, oh shoot, maybe he's gonna get shot in the chest, but no, he gets shot in the face and his entire face just like plop off.
Yeah.
He was getting shot somewhere. I knew it in my soul.
But I like the colors of the movie a lot, which is something that the original ones struggled with. It's really dull. Like the sequence with Harley Quinn, and it's like you get like 5 minutes of her just shooting bad guys and stuff, but then out of nowhere you see the flowers just come into frame and they're all over the place. I thought that was a cool touch.
Yeah. I like to think that like part of the reason why Harley likes to kill, well you peer inside her mind. When she kills, she sees like flowers because the act of killing is a beautiful thing to her, you know?
I saw a Letterboxd review where it was like the movie wasn't self-aware enough. I'm like, bro, it didn't need to be. Like the main villain is a big fish, a big starfish.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't need to have extra lines of dialogue to show it's not serious when I think it is. I think the narrative's strong enough.
Yeah, big starfish monster. It was pretty awesome.
Patrick Star has gone rogue.
Did you guys see my Letterboxd review? It was a starfish that I designed out of various keyboard symbols.
Yeah,
I
Oh,
did see it.
I didn't see that.
I was
Okay.
wondering if you just copy and pasted that or if you put that together.
Check the
That's
comment
fun.
on it. I said I told people in the comments of my review, I made this myself, so y'all better not steal it. I even tried to look up starfish emoji because I did not know what to write about this movie. And also we were about to record. I didn't want to just try to film my thoughts 10 minutes before, because that's when I
It would
sat down to log it.
it would have been just as good if your reviews were just the words starfish emoji, not even like anything put together.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it deserved to be that because Apple doesn't have an actual starfish emoji, so I need to make that apparent by using the phrase starfish emoji until I can replace it with a literal starfish emoji.
That's
Which is weird
unacceptable.
because Apple has some weird ass emojis, but they don't have a starfish.
That's whack as hell.
I'll say
Yeah,
one of the highlights is definitely John Cena. I mean, have
Oh
you guys
yeah,
seen him
for
in
sure.
F9? He was
Yeah.
just like so, I don't know. F9 had a lot of problems, but
He just kind of
nice.
had no purpose in
You take that
F9.
back.
Yeah, he played a perfect douchebag. And it's ironic because his name is the Peacemaker, but his revelation's sick. What do you guys think?
it's funny how literal they take his name because he makes a point to say that he wants to achieve peace no matter what the cost. He'll kill men, women, and children. And peace to him is such a like interesting concept because even when that guy wanted to leak the truth about the Project Starfish thing, he wanted to hush it up because he knows that will keep the peace.
Like his morality is really skewed.
Yeah. Trent, who went with us, he made the point when I was talking to him after that Peacemaker reminded him of sort of a screwed up Captain America.
Yeah, I could see
Yeah, I do
that.
like that he was rocking the whole fucking gun with the long barrel and silencer the entire time.
And he had like that cool ass sword that he was fucking people up with.
Yeah, that with the like, cause he was definitely setting up some kind of like 70s type like war backdrop. So that with like the kind of getup John Cena had on and the gun he was carrying the entire time, it kind of worked for the movie's benefit, I think.
Bloodsport's gun was also very cool.
Oh my
Oh
god.
yeah.
Why was it so loud when he loaded it up at the end, when he kept adding the nanobot attachments, do you know what I'm talking about?
Because we saw it in IMAX.
Yeah, I guess so. But everything else was in IMAX and that was one of the loudest.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah. Even relative to everything else, it was super loud. Do you think John Cena's been typecasted as a villain lately?
I would
Like
insist.
IRL.
I think his last three like big roles have been villains.
Yeah, I just mean in these like blockbusters like F9 this and Bumblebee. I can't think of what else he's in. He's
He was
in
a he was a villain in Fred. He played John
He
Cena.
was the villain in Fred, I forgot about that. I think he was the
He
villain
played.
in all three Freds.
James Gunn saw Fred and he was like, "Yeah, this guy's Peacemaker, bro."
There's no way. I think you're right. I
what he's the
think
villain?
he was in all three Freds.
Oh my god.
How'd you know there's three of them?
See, this new generation doesn't know anything about Fred.
Is one of them called Night of the Living Fred or was that
Yeah, that's the second
That's
one.
two.
okay. James Gunn perfectly captures humor that appeals to like us, our generation, with King Shark because King Shark will just walk around saying random shit like bird or num num and everyone laughs.
Sylvester Stallone voicing him was also a really good decision.
Yeah, because like in reality, anyone could have voiced him, but it being Sylvester Stallone's voice saying those lines just makes it kind of funnier. It's like, oh, that's Sylvester Stallone saying these stupid ass lines.
Yeah.
I low key just kind of often imagined him in like the recording booth just kind of screaming at the mic those lines, and I just kind of would laugh to myself.
This might sound stupid, but I thought one of the coolest sequences was near the end when Harley Quinn goes to stab the monster starfish with the spear, and she penetrates its eyeball and is swimming around inside of its like pupil or something.
Yeah, the
I
visuals in
Oh.
that were really cool.
I
Yeah,
wasn't
and all the
expecting
rats
that.
inside.
I was expecting her to stab its eye, but like I wasn't expecting her to like go into it and all that. That was really cool.
Yeah,
Yeah, because when people were firing bullets at it, it seemed to be pretty bulletproof, but I guess the spear is the real deal.
Imagine if Javelin had stuck along till the end.
Who's the character from the beginning that you wish stuck around?
I wanted to see him throw the javelin at someone.
It'd be cool to see, what was it? Ferret?
The weasel.
Oh,
Weasel.
The Weasel and King Shark interact.
Right?
It's funny
The we
because he's alive.
Oh
Or
my
the Weasel is alive.
yeah.
Who played the Weasel? Was it Sean Gunn?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it was Sean Gunn.
And Sean Gunn, he was in one of the funniest scenes, the funniest bits.
Yeah,
He wasn't even playing the weasel. He looked at the polka dot man and he called him a fucking pussy.
he was like, "Do you want to do my daughter's birthday, you fucking pussy?" or something. That was really funny.
That was really good.
It's ridiculous that I just made the connection that they're brothers.
I'm pretty sure Sean
Wow.
Gunn is in all of his movies.
Yeah, he plays Shaggy in Scooby Doo live action films.
I think he played like
I don't know about that.
he gave the onset mocap performance for Rocket Raccoon. I'm pretty
did.
sure.
He also played Kraglin in those movies.
And
Hell,
he's like,
MVP.
brother James, what do you got for me this time? He's like, another trilogy of films that I can, be one of the main stars. He's like, actually, you're gonna play a weasel for 10 minutes, and then I'm gonna kill you. Rocket was definitely the better gig for old Sean.
Wish we would have gotten a little more Michael Rooker as Savant.
Yeah, that's the one pattern I definitely am noticing when I think about the movie is I wish that James Gunn did a lot more with a lot of the characters.
Like at the same time, I like what they did.
Yeah.
Obviously, I think we're way past spoilers here. I like what they did with like killing all those characters at the beginning, but like at the same time, I wish we could have gotten more time with those characters.
That's
They were,
exactly the way I feel.
they were mainly used just for like the introduction credits
Yeah,
for
I think
that.
that's what you come to expect from the Suicide Squad is that, you're not gonna have time to care about every character. Sometimes there's just collateral damage.
One thing I'm thinking about is like they always repeated the tagline "Don't get too attached," but it's like now that I think about it, they never really give you time to even get attached whatsoever. So it's like
besides Polka Dot Man, and I guess Rick Flag because I mean nobody got attached to him in the first movie.
I think the rat chick, I forget her name.
Ratcatcher too.
That's the person they try to get you to empathize the most with.
I wasn't really expecting that. I was expecting them to really focus on John Cena and Idris Elba, which they did, but they put a lot more focus on her than I
Yeah.
thought.
Yeah, they were more like action stars, and then they gave sort of real character, I don't know, more drama based characters
Yeah,
to
her
other.
and Polka Dot Man.
Yeah, Polka Dot Man's was just it had such good humor with the mom joke that he
Yeah,
sees his mom and everyone. That made for some funny gags.
And the fucking prosthetics with all the polka dots on his face.
Dude, I love that.
That
The
was really
glowing, colorful sores. It was great.
Dude, I fucking love that scene when like he had all the stuff on his face and then he went back to like I'm assuming throw up all the polka
yeah.
dots
I
because
was
then
gonna
you
mention that.
yeah because then you could barely see it. I remember thinking I was like that's awesome. I love that.
It looked really cool. You could just see like the colors flying out into the ground or whatever.
Yeah.
His death was Polka Dot Man's was kind of disappointing for me. I don't know. I saw it from a mile away.
Yeah,
Felt
I'm
kind of
kind of
felt
with you
kind of
there.
necessary also because Idris Elba's character set him up to fight, and then he he burns the monster's leg off, and then he's like, "Oh, I'm a superhero," and they're just framed right there, and you're like, "All right, he's done."
Yeah, I remember seeing someone say is like, or someone said like right as he says that in the trailer, it's like probably when he's gonna fucking croak, and it's just like I'm not surprised. It was a cool moment though, I will say.
It definitely doesn't pay respect to the character by just wiping him out in a moment, but eh.
I feel like I feel like they did enough respect to Polka Dot Man by just letting him be in the movie as long as he
Yeah,
was.
because that's a very silly character.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely glad he was in it as long as he
Yeah.
was.
I don't know if the Polka Dot Man is sillier than is it DTK?
Oh,
Oh,
TDK,
TDK, yeah,
Nathan Fillion.
the detachable kid.
Well, his name in the comics is Arm Fall Off Boy, which is somehow more ridiculous.
Yeah, that's
Terrible. Now, you know what I loved this choice of style, how James Gunn and whoever else was in charge of this, how they had the titles on the screen, but they were actually in the environment in the movie. They weren't just painted over everything.
Oh
Um,
yeah,
my favorite example of this was when they introduced Idris Elba in the prison, and he was cleaning the toilet. On the toilet, written in soap, was what did it say?
I think it was 3 days earlier.
Like 3 days earlier. It's one of those just like title cards, but instead of just having text appear on the screen, they're like, you know what, we're gonna put it in the movie, and it kept happening.
Just saying they used it all throughout the movie to kind of show like what tasks they were doing, like the one where it was like project or not project mission Jotunheim or mission Harley, whatever it was.
yeah,
And even the subtitles when there was a non-English speaking, like it was much different than what you're used to. Usually it's just yellow font on the bottom, which I don't think that's bad, but they definitely did something different here with that. Lately in movies, that's been the case though. People have been switching up how
Say that
subtitles
the
look.
great the greatest example of that is still in John Wick, the way they do the subtitles in that.
Yeah. You think Jared Leto's Joker could have been in this? Do you think he was even asked to be in this?
hell no.
He
He
definitely
would
was not asked.
he would have sent people like, cause didn't he send cast members of the 2016 version? Didn't he send them like dead rats or some shit?
And like used condoms and shit. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a Chad move. But no,
James Gunn
yeah,
could have gotten him. He clearly didn't want him then.
he would have sent all the dead rats to the chick who played Ratcatcher 2, and she would have been like, "This is absolute hell."
No, he would have sent them to Idris Elba because that's the character who's afraid of the rats.
I have a trivia for you guys.
Yeah.
Did you guys notice any Guardians in this movie?
I noticed the actress who plays Mantis dancing at the club.
Yeah, Sam.
Yeah, that was her.
Oh, Tom Clementieff.
Yep.
Another fun
Michael
fact.
Rooker,
Yeah, Michael Rooker was also in there. Who else?
Sean Gunn.
Sean Gunn. Is that it?
David Malkian in the MCU. Oh yeah, he's in Ant-Man.
Fun fact about Palm Clementoff is that she was in Uncut Gems. She had her own arc but they cut her out.
Yeah, I've seen like the pictures from where they were filming that scene. It's just like the one picture of Adam Sandler like chasing her, and it looks hilarious.
Yeah, I love that picture.
She's only in the movie for the beginning, for like legit 1 second. One of the scenes that stood out to me is when Peacemaker and then who's the other guy when they were fighting?
Rick Flag.
Bloodsport.
Yeah, when they were beating each other's ass, but you see the entire fight, the reflection of his silver helmet. That was sick.
Yeah, him and Rick Flag. That was awesome.
I was
It
hoping he'd make it out, but
It was a cool ass fight scene, though. I will give it that.
in in the 2016 movie, I haven't seen it in a while, but I feel like there's a lot of stuff. There is action sequences and stuff, but there's a lot of like low time. I feel like in this one, it's just like constant. They get right to the action in this one. Even in the
Yeah.
beginning, like they're like, "All right, you already know this is Suicide Squad." When Michael Rooker is a character,
What were you
I
guys'
guess it is-
favorite characters, though?
uh,
What did you say?
probably Peacemaker.
Peacemaker, I guess maybe top two favorites, I would say, if you had to choose.
Peacemaker and I guess King Shark. I don't know.
Did you ask what our favorite characters were, or who our favorite characters were?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Who'd you enjoy the most?
King Shark made me laugh a lot.
he's just like a child.
It's sort of like the ensemble thing, you know. They're so good as a group. Who I didn't enjoy as much was Harley Quinn. I don't know. I've never seen a single movie that had Margot Robbie's Harley Quinn in it because I didn't see the original Suicide Squad. I didn't see Birds of Prey, and was she in another one?
Yeah,
Well,
that's it.
I don't
Birds
know.
of Prey is all right.
The
Worth a watch.
yeah, the the storyline where she is brought to that one like hot guy's mansion, you know. I don't know.
Yeah.
I was wanting to get back to the main storyline with the other squad members, and
Yeah.
I
Comes
was
a
fine.
little out of
I
nowhere.
liked the scene when she broke out of her her trap, and then they came to rescue her, and she had already rescued herself. But early in the movie, I was sort of just not enthralled by the scene she was in.
Sure, Quentin Tarantino loved her escape scene.
Oh, when she uh picks up the key with her feet and undoes the lock with her toes.
are
Yeah,
these DC movies like even like properly connected? Like is Birds of Prey connected to the Suicide Squad movie?
I think so. Cause what's his name, Captain Boomerang or somebody asked her how she got back into the prison because she wasn't in prison during Birds of Prey, obviously, and she said something about robbing a bank or something like that.
Uh,
I thought it was something that was really lame. I thought she said I I don't know what she said. She stole
No,
something.
she said something like that, and then she goes, "I just also happened to be in a bank while doing it," or something like that,
Yeah, okay.
which like just implying that she robbed the bank.
So what happened in Birds of Prey? What was the main plot there?
Ewan McGregor's just kind of an ass. I think
Yeah, he
that's pretty
played
much
Black Man.
that's pretty much the general part of it.
And I think like the big thing of it was that Harley Quinn broke up with Joker, so like
Yeah.
he didn't have his protection anymore.
Oh yeah, that's true. That was more like toward the way that movie is like structured is very weird.
A little bit. It's kind of similar to this, I would say.
It jumps around way too much. This movie, at least, like once it gets past that like first 20 minutes, it's very linear. But
Yeah. The Birds of Prey kind of jumps around, almost tries to feel like Deadpool almost.
I'm pretty sure that's what they were going for.
Yeah, I'd say Harley Quinn is the DC's Deadpool.
I would say though, this was probably my favorite like iteration of Harley Quinn they've put out so far, honestly. I think it got like I say that just due to the shooting spree scene. Because when she pulled out those assault rifles, I was like, dude, this is fucking awesome.
Like I said, I'd never seen Margot Robbie as Harley Quinn in a movie yet. So when she first started talking, all I could hear was the Margot Robbie character from from the Wolf of Wall Street.
Yeah, for real.
Hoot hoot! What are you, a fucking owl?
What's next for DC? What are some upcoming DC movies?
Black Adam with The Rock. I know that.
The new Shazam movie. What's the deal with like the need for a cinematic universe? Just make movies.
Honestly, that's what DC's doing. I think there's pressure for them to make a cinematic universe, so they try. But I mean, they like recast Batman every 3 years. I don't know if that's much of a universe.
It's
Yeah,
kind of
like keep making their own things separate.
it's kind of depressing, honestly.
That what?
That is just like everything is like a franchise, or like most movies now, like kind of just often belong to an IP or a franchise.
Like The
Yeah.
Conjuring, like the first Conjuring movie was fire, but now it's like, what are they
Yeah,
doing?
it'll be like Annabelle Creation, and it's like, oh yeah, this is like a spin-off of the one movie about those two paranormal researchers. It's like once you remember that, it's just kind of like it's easy to look at the rest of them and just be like, what is the point of all of these movies?
The spin-offs. It's becoming unoriginal. It's one of the reasons people think, oh, like companies like Neon and A24, they're innovative, but no, they're just doing something that's being done, but it's losing its potency because we're getting superhero movies every like month.
They're just making
Yeah.
original stories.
Yeah, for real. Everything nowadays is like a sequel or just I don't know, a
Second
reboot or an
episode.
adaptation.
Sorry, what?
No, go ahead.
No, what was the last thing you said? I cut you off. So
Oh, it was like they're either making sequels, reboots, adaptations. It's nothing like original scripts.
yeah, yeah. With these comic book movies, I guess they're all adaptations, so you can't knock them for that.
Yeah, that's true. But a lot of them had like the same like outline, especially
Oh yeah,
Marvel
for sure.
movies.
Especially the Marvel movies. Yeah. And then the DC movies half the time are just bad.
Yeah. I think they're getting a lot better now because they're actually letting the directors make movies instead of interfering at every last opportunity they can.
Yeah,
Yeah.
did you guys hear about the story with the original Suicide Squad?
Yeah, they fucked it up.
So basically,
That's
what
why it's
happened
so
was
bad.
the company that edited the trailer, the executives liked the way they edited it, so they had them edit the entire movie.
Yeah, and they had never edited a movie before.
And
Wow.
it's pretty sad. I don't feel bad for David Ayer. I don't know. I
You
do
can
feel bad
also
for it.
tell just by watching the movie that that was not the original plan. Like the scenes are like so out of place. There's scenes that take place. You're like, this definitely was supposed to happen later on in the movie.
That thing is a mess, isn't it?
It's terrible.
They would always like interfere with the director's last minute. Like, what is it, Snyder? And then what happened with Snyder? They switched him out
Well,
with Whedon.
that really wasn't the studio. That was Joss Whedon.
What
Yeah.
happened with that?
Joss Whedon just kind of went and tried to turn Zack Snyder's more like dark, gritty movie into a Joss Whedon Avengers Marvel quippy movie.
Oh yeah, that's what it was. Yeah, that's also
Yeah.
annoying too.
He made Batman more lighthearted, and it didn't work whatsoever.
I rewatched the first Avengers movie I think last week or maybe 2 weeks ago. Bro, I don't know. I was kind of bored with most of it.
Once you kind of pick up on what Joss Whedon does in his movies, it kind of like ruins his movies. It turns people's into just like whatever a character's like most prominent trait is, that is their only trait in a Joss Whedon movie. Like in the original Avengers, Iron Man is just a quip machine, fucking making jokes and doing that stuff. Captain America is a like a, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The second episode of this podcast in a row where I'm gonna read a really dumb Google people also ask question. Ready for this one? I was researching about Suicide Squad, and people also asked, "Is Suicide Squad a true story?"
That has probably happened in the past. They probably had like prisoners like do crazy shit.
I'd like to think it's a true story.
It'd be
It's
dope if there was a giant starfish.
Yeah, I mean, some country it happened.
Just
Had
got
to.
covered up.
Yeah, man. That's what they were insinuating with the movie.
Right. In Area 51, the real alien is a giant starfish, not a little green Martian.
In the case of the original, a crazy witch lady made a giant sky beam.
I'm about to start a fuck the system movement after watching the Suicide Squad.
How come no one's talking about the Flash? They're bringing back two old Batmans into it. Same thing what Spider-Man's doing.
Oh,
Well,
with
room
Michael Keaton and
Ben Affleck.
Hey, Ben Affleck is there, right?
Yeah,
Why aren't
I
they
was
doing
hoping.
Thomas Wayne?
Yeah, I was hoping they would have bring back Sheriff Dean Morgan and have
Oh, wait, that's
and do
right, because
that.
it's not a Flashpoint movie anymore. I forgot that they changed it.
Whoa, was King Shark in the first Suicide Squad?
no.
No, Killer Croc was. Killer Croc was just like a weird, like oddly racist, kind of stereotypical black person.
Yeah, he was kind. It was kind of just like Killer Croc was pretty much just black, but not black.
Yeah,
What
Pretty
is
much
this?
in terms of how they made him act.
I have no idea what that is.
the Virgin Killer Croc versus the Chad King Shark.
Is that Killer Croc?
Does it look like shit?
I mean, no.
Then it's
It looks,
probably Killer Croc if it
it
looks
looks
like
like
shit.
it looks more like a shark, but it looks like if King Shark went on a like workout regimen, and then there's Baby Groot on his shoulder for no reason. Somebody tell me what's going on.
I don't know if you're looking at the right image. Because the Killer
I
Croc.
posted it. I posted it in the text channel.
Oh yeah, that's
I'm
not
not
him.
seeing, I'm not seeing it.
It's in
But
general.
the Killer Croc from Suicide Squad is essentially just a dude in makeup with like a hoodie on.
Yeah, I remember I couldn't really understand a word of what he was saying during that movie.
The only line I remember from Killer Croc in that movie is when they ask him what he wants for like completing the mission or whatever, and all he says is BET. I was like, Jesus Christ, this fucking movie.
Yeah, I was like, I remember that too. I was like, that was a little odd writing choice.
What does that mean? BET.
But I forget what it stands for. It's like the Black Entertainment Company. I forget what the T stands for.
It
Let
might
me look
just
it up.
be entertainment.
Oh yeah, that's true. And then in that movie, anytime they would show Will Smith, they would always put on rap music. Like, come on. Black Entertainment Television is an American cable television channel.
At first, I remember like back when they were still casting people to be in this movie, like they released news that Idris Elba was going to be in it, and I remember thinking I was like, oh, is he going to play Deadshot? It's like they originally said he was going to play Bronze Tiger, which would have been kind of cool.
That would have been really cool.
I'm cool with the character they went for though.
Yeah, Bloodsport. I mean, he pretty much was just like in terms of like his like motives. He was pretty similar to Deadshot and
Yeah,
like his powers or whatever. I guess where he's just like good at shooting. But throughout the movie, he sort of separated himself from that.
I like that arm, like that thing in his arm that shot those projectiles.
Oh yeah, like the arrows, the little
Yeah,
arrows. That was cool.
that was really dope.
And then when John Cena was using the blow darts.
I didn't know originally because when they were in the jungle killing all those dudes, I didn't know if he was he went in using a bat or if he had like a machete, because I know he had the axe at the one.
Yeah, he has like a big
Okay.
sword. It's like a machete type thing. Not a big sword, like a small sword. He was
Yeah,
using it at the end of the movie too.
that shit was crazy.
That scene in general is just so funny when they're like mowing through all those people that they didn't realize are like on their side.
Especially the one that King Shark ate.
Yeah. Poor dude got fucking ate.
That was really funny though when they went to that little hut and they realized what they had done and they
They
were
just
like,
walk in
oh,
and yeah, they just walk
and
in and Rick Flag is drinking tea with him.
it all just kind of sets in. It's like, oh,
I don't know why they ever add Harley Quinn to the Suicide Squad. She has like nothing to offer. Like she doesn't have any powers. She just kind of like hits people with a bat in the original one. I guess in this one they show that she's like kind of good at like fighting and shit, but especially in the first one.
I guess iconic character.
Yeah, it's
Maybe.
true. And she's always there in like the original Suicide Squad comics, I think. I don't really read comics, but I'm pretty sure she's like one of the pretty sure the original Suicide Squad is like her, King Shark, Captain Boomerang, and Deadshot.
And Deadshot was Will Smith.
Yeah. Which it was a very unfaithful adaptation of the character.
Oh shoot, Viola Davis was in the original Suicide Squad movie.
Oh yeah.
I think the only returning characters were her, Rick Flag, Harley Quinn, and Captain Boomerang.
Yeah, I think so.
Pretty sure that's it.
You guys want to wrap it up? And so we wrapped it up without any real official outro. But thanks for listening to our talk about the Suicide Squad. We came out of the theater, they gave us complimentary comic books. I thought that was pretty cool, and I just wanted to let the world know that. Our music is by Carolyn. Actually, this week it's not by Carolyn. It's by some YouTuber who posted non-copyright rock music that I thought would go along well with my little montage I made up from the Suicide Squad trailer. And our graphic is by Avation Brandon. You can find him at graphite.vmb on Instagram. You can find us at AttemptCast on Twitter and at First Attempt Cast on Instagram. We'll catch you in the next one. ET phone home. If Mo was here, he would say hard cut.